Today, we're going to over some of the top lessons modern men need to learn from nice guys. Let's begin by making it clear what and who nice guys really are. When women say they want a nice guy, it's important to understand that they aren't necessarily referring to a man who treats them well and with the utmost respect. They are referring to a wealthy and attractive man with a high SMV. That is what nice means. And I believe that is where people go wrong, particularly guys who are significantly beta males and consider themselves to be nice. I'd like to address this and put an end to this debate. Here's what nice guys really need to know. Think of this as a simple reality check. Lesson 1. What nice means to you may not mean the same thing to women. Since the majority of guys act in this way to attract the women you want, don't you think it's worthwhile to learn what women believe a genuinely nice guy to be like? A nice guy is someone who treats women well, according to women. Sure. But how he is treated has nothing to do with how courteous he is or how obedient he is to whatever she says. It has to do with how much he can provide for her and make her life convenient. A woman wants a nice guy who can take her to her favorite restaurants, buy her that watch, get her that handbag, take her to a sporting event, or pay for her travel expenses. That's what a nice guy means to women. To them, a nice guy is someone who essentially makes her life more pleasant, enjoyable, and easy. That's how gentlemen behave toward women. A nice person is typically a wealthy man in the eyes of women. They don't care if that wealth is inherited or the result of their own labor. They merely want to partake in that luxurious voyage and enjoy the opulent riches that she could never have for herself. So, this is a lesson for modern men who don't know what and who a nice guy really is. A nice guy is someone who does this with a sense of manliness about him because he wants to provide for his woman. What a nice guy is not, is how it is currently portrayed in the media, where a guy is bent over backwards for women to do with him as they please. No, that's not a nice guy. That is a doormat. Nice guys are not doormats or pushovers. They say no when they need to. They aren't nice because they act like servants in front of women. They're nice because they could be the most horrible people to women, and yet, they choose to take care of them and treat them well. Lesson 2. Beta expectancy. There are so many betas out there masquerading as nice guys that it makes me gag. You know what's the difference between a nice guy and a beta? A nice guy would gift his girl flowers out of sheer love for her. A beta would give her flowers hoping to get some action from her later that night in return. Nice guys are generous, courageous, and traditional men. Betas are what people currently refer to as nice guys, or basically guys who are manipulative losers who don't know what else to do. They're expectant betas, who are just betas masquerading as nice guys, doing the very simple things nice guys do and expecting huge favors by women in return. To them, everything is a transaction. So, the lesson here is to never have any expectations. If you're a modern man worth your salt, you do everything you can for your woman, but you don't do it with an expectation that you'll get something as a reward from women. At the most, yes, you can show joy at being appreciated. But it's not something that you need or want, but happy to get. Lesson 3. Turn her on regardless. A nice guy would take her out to dinner, have her cover half the bill, keep the receipt, write it off on his taxes as a business cost. He would still accompany her home and ultimately enjoy some wonderful in-bed time. You want to know a real nice guy actually does that? It's simple. He turns her on with his directness and honesty. He's not trying to hide anything or trying to manipulate her into paying for half of the bill. And that's something women appreciate or should appreciate. As strange as it sounds, he treats her in a similar way to how an alpha male would treat another man. We'd split the bill if I went out to eat with a handful of my male friends. It makes the most sense and isn't bad for anyone. It's fair to everyone. We all laugh and make fun of one another while enjoying life. The only difference is that we each go back to our own homes and to our women. But when it comes to women, we go somewhere else to spend some private time. So, as you can see, we are simply being ourselves and not being pushovers over here. We are not doing anything outlandish. We also check in periodically to make sure the woman we're with is having a good time. We are not being clingy or needy. That's a huge turn on for women. Lesson is here that modern men need to be able to have their own independence while also giving that to their women so that both can have a good time. Being fair, honest, and direct is a strong means of attraction for women, and nice guys who are high value tend to turn on women with just that. Good old plain honesty wins every time. Lesson 4. Call out her entitlement. As men, we come across women throughout different points in our lives where we realize that some women act as if they're entitled to the whole world and that it's up to us, the men, to bring her that world. These are the sort of women who don't do anything. They don't have any ambition, so they don't work. They are materialistic, so they only wear the most expensive luxury brands even though they cannot even afford them. They think they're the hottest women in the world, and because of this, they try to order around their men all the time and expect them to bring the moon to them, figuratively speaking. For the benefit of passing on healthy genes to the next generation, women prefer to breed with superior males. However, the beta male also wants to pass on his genes, which has a less restrictive demand. The issue started with this. The fact that 10 women would rather have an offspring with one alpha guy than 10 beta males, each of whom would have a different physical appearance and set of social mores, says it all. So, modern men need to call out women who have a sense of entitlement to actually do something with their lives and add value to relationships, society, and their communities in order to even feel just a little bit of entitlement. They need to know that the world owes them nothing. Modern men also need to call out beta men who are masquerading as nice guys in order to win favors of women. Lesson 5. Navigate evolving gender dynamics. Men, the workhorses of humanity, established civilization and sacrificed their life for the benefit of women, the next generation, and advancement. Women are avoiding them now that they don't seem to be accepted by more women in society. Women are all the same. Women get bored more rapidly than men do, therefore she moves on to the next male. Nice have who are looking for suitable women in their 20s essentially want to establish a family. In reality, though, they are looking for a woman from a long-gone generation. Women who are well into their 30s today place more importance on having fun than finding a mate. These days, women appear to want everything from a man, including height, money, humor, and good looks, though they will still date a jerk. Yes, it is possible for a nice guy to also be a jerk. The gender dynamics are constantly evolving, and nice guys need to navigate their ways accordingly. For them, to be nice means to be providers for women and children. However, with more and more women in the workplace now, nice guys don't really need to be providers. So, there's a lesson in this as well. Nice guys need to learn that being providers is not something that they can continue doing. Because doing so would not be appreciated by women anyway, at least because they can earn a good living themselves. In the world today, nice guys need to create a distinction between them and the expectant betas by becoming an evolved version of themselves, a version that provides connection and meaning for women, not just as providers, but as masculine lovers. Number 6. Modern times require modern thoughts. Guys, it's high time men and women stopped stereotyping everything. Sure, it's important to segment society into men and women who belong to different ages, backgrounds, and demographics. But it's also important to figure out that not all alpha males are great for all women. There might be women who actually like beta males. There might be men who actually like dominant women and not the stereotypical submissive ones. Modern times require modern thoughts for modern men. So, these were the top 6 nice guy lessons for modern men that they need to know in order to navigate through changing dynamics and mindsets. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.